How I achieved my dream physique, mastered calisthenics and got shredded in record time. What's up everyone, my name is Gernot and in today's video I'll break down how I built the physique I always wanted and learned elite calisthenics skills all while working 50-hour weeks and working out only from home. Now let's get right into it and let me tell you how I achieved elite calisthenics skills and got shredded while working 50+ hour weeks completely from home. Now I did this by using periodization and progressive overload. Without wasting hours in the gym and cooking, without getting stuck and dealing with slow progress, and without getting overwhelmed with useless information. Now, before I talk about my own personal story, tell you how I achieved this and how you can do the same, I want to dive into some of my clients' transformations to show you that this is not only possible for me, but I already replicated this for multiple other people. Let's start with Maria's story. Now, Maria is a mother, skiing teacher, and personal trainer who was already athletic. Being a sports professional, she wanted to get into calisthenics and learn her first skills like the handstand and L-sit. Her biggest dream was doing pull-ups, but throughout her life she always had trouble gaining the strength needed to do them and actually built a limiting belief telling her that she just wasn't meant to do them, that she would never be able to do them. She was already eating good and going to the gym, but didn't see any progress. After working together with me, Maria gained that confidence she desired. We finally unlocked her first 3 consecutive pull-ups, 20 seconds of L-sit and got over her lifelong fear of doing handstands. Now today she's able to kick up into a solid handstand wherever and whenever she wants, sending me pictures and messages like these from Argentina. Next up we got Elvis. Now Elvis is a busy guy who also attended school. Elvis was already trying to learn the handstand and gain basic strength on his own for months without seeing results, leaving him frustrated and demotivated. His biggest struggle by far was the handstand balance and form. Now after reaching out, Elvis and I were able to form a workout structure that let him balance school, long hours at work, and the time with his friends and family. And he also made massive improvements in his basic strength, learning new push-up variations and increasing his reps. His biggest win is that he went from barely having a 2-second bad form handstand to a solid looking, really perfect looking 15-second handstand in only 2 months. Next, we got Reinhard's transformation. Now, Reinhard is my brother who I've been training for 2 years. He also has a busy schedule balancing school, instruments, hobbies and working out all at once. At the start of his journey, he was very skinny, just like I was, not able to do any pull-ups and only a few push-ups. And after training together with me for 2 years and implementing my methods, he can rep out 5 handstand push-ups, do muscle-ups, hold the back lever, straddle 90-degree push-ups and will soon unlock the full 90-degree push-up. Funnily enough, I'm just reading this right now. Today, 2 hours ago, he just did his first full 90-degree push-up. And of course that led to him gaining a lot of confidence in himself and bettered his self-esteem. Next we got Claudette, who I locally met here in Paraguay. And Claudette is a professional aerosol teacher and also a very busy physiotherapy student. Now, her main goal was to unlock her first L-sit and get over her fear of doing handstands, as well as increasing her overall strength and just understanding how a handstand even works. After working together, we were able to unlock the L-sit, got over her fear of doing handstand, learned a clean kick-up, massively improved her handstand balance, and increased her basic strength. Another client of mine is Annika. Annika is a student who had little time to train, balancing school, work and her traveling schedule. She already tried to get fit and start working out multiple times, but was lacking accountability and consistency, and therefore gave up on it. At the start of her journey, she wasn't able to do more than 2 knee push-ups and struggled with kicking up into a handstand, as well as understanding how the balance even works. Now after working together with me, she was finally able to stay consistent with her trainings. That was her biggest win by far. She also went from doing only 2 knee push-ups to 6 real push-ups, understood how to hold and kick up into a handstand, and was finally able to stay consistent with her trainings without slacking off. Now here you can see a testimonial of her speaking about the experience of working together with me.
Hallo, ich bin Annika und ich war bei Gernot im Coaching, weil ich wieder anfangen wollte, mehr Sport zu machen und auch Lust drauf hatte, ein paar coolere Sachen zu lernen. Das hatte ich mir eigentlich auch schon die letzten Jahre vorgenommen, habe es aber nie wirklich geschafft, weil ich ein sehr großes Problem damit hatte, dran zu bleiben und motiviert zu bleiben. Und das war dann im Coaching tatsächlich so gut wie weg. Also Gernot hat wirklich es sehr gut gemacht, mich zu motivieren und mir Sprachnachrichten zu schicken und die Calls haben mir auch sehr geholfen. Und er hat es einfach auch auf so eine Art und Weise gemacht, dass ich richtig Lust hatte, Sport zu machen nach den Nachrichten und nicht mich irgendwie unter Druck gesetzt gefühlt habe. Und so habe ich es dann auch geschafft, innerhalb des Coachings von 2 Frauenliegestütze auf 6 normale Liegestütze zu kommen und auch generell einfach bei dem Handstand ein größeres Verständnis zu kriegen, wie es funktioniert und wie ich den Kick-Up richtig mache und wie ich meine Finger positioniere. Das habe ich alles davor gar nicht bedacht. Ich habe auch generell im Alltag einfach gemerkt, dass ich fitter geworden bin. Zum Beispiel konnte ich meine beiden Geschwister gleichzeitig auf den Arm nehmen, was ich davor noch nie geschafft habe. Das fanden wir alle sehr toll, das war ein schöner Moment. Und ja, alles in allem würde ich sagen, ich hatte sehr viel Spaß an dem Coaching. Ich finde, Gernot ist ein sehr guter Coach und er kann die Sachen so erklären, dass man sie richtig versteht und auch vor allem sehr viel Lust hat, sie auszuprobieren und Sport zu machen.
Now, the last client we got on this list is Hedwig's story. Hedwig is my little sister. Now, this is a transformation I am super proud of because she balances school, playing the double bass, singing, working out, and of course, being a kid all at once. She's only 9 years old, and I've been training with her for a year and a few months now, and her results are incredible. From struggling with the handstand and being really afraid of falling, she can now hold a perfect, clean form handstand for 15 seconds. She also went from only doing a few push-ups to being able to do over 50 in a row and getting her first 10 clean pike push-ups. With those, she's now preparing to do her first handstand push-ups soon. She also unlocked the straddle back lever just a few days ago. And her biggest achievement, apart from the handstand, are most likely her pull-ups. Now, she went from not being able to do even one to doing 17 consecutive pull-ups in a row in one set and doing 12 pull-ups in a row for 3 sets. And we will soon start working together on getting her the first muscle up. Of course, those achievements build up her confidence a lot, and she always has something to really be proud of, knowing that, especially at this age, she really worked hard to build that strength. Now, you already see me getting excited for all my client wins, but let's not only talk about my students, but also get to know me a little more and talk about my story. So, let me tell you about my story. So, I grew up playing the violin, and the main sports I did were karate and table tennis. I was always the smallest and skinniest kid in school, and it never let me feel confident in myself, as you can see on these pictures here. Now, being made fun of, being pushed around, and never gaining any respect felt like absolute shit. This is what I looked like at 13. I was skinny, insecure, had no self-respect, and was super unconfident in myself. Now, I wasn't proud of who I was when I looked into the mirror, so I had to make a change. In June 2022, I started my fitness journey. And I didn't know what foods to eat and what workouts to do. I relied on YouTube videos looking for the right information, only to get more and more confused. But at the time, I did have a workout partner who was 10 years older than me that helped me out and would actually keep me accountable and keep me going. Sadly, only 3 months later, I moved to a new city, and without motivation or anyone to hold me accountable, I ended up giving up on getting into shape for almost 6 months. Now in 2023, I found calisthenics and tried again, but still wasn't sure how to get in shape correctly. For the first time in my life, I saw people doing clean muscle ups, and shortly after, I made it my ultimate goal to do a muscle up myself. I woke up at 4 a.m. every day to do 100 push-ups and around 30 pull-ups, but with that training, I wasn't seeing any results. Progress was slow, and I was getting frustrated. But I stayed consistent, and at 5 a.m. in the calisthenics park, I met someone that changed my life. I met Danielle, a personal trainer and boxing coach who also happened to train calisthenics, a person I am personally super grateful for. Now, I trained with this guy for 3 times a week for 10 months, and in that time I achieved my first 3 muscle ups, 15 seconds of handstand, frog stand to handstand press, and my first handstand push-up, and I finally got a little shredded, more confident, built some actual muscle, and got a good understanding of how training actually works. Now, I quickly realized that calisthenics is my passion and possibly even my mission in life. From then on, I fully transitioned into calisthenics skill training. Now, while working and trying out different jobs, I kept learning about calisthenics, understanding and using principles like periodization, training intuition, and progressive overload. Kept practicing and training, unlocking new skills and progressing at a pretty good level. I started teaching my siblings, what I told you about, and people around me, and even gained confidence to help and teach strangers in the park, which was hard for me because, I live in Paraguay. I don't speak the language very good. I also started to document my own calisthenics journey, and I also started to coach other busy people online, helping them to achieve their first calisthenics skills. Now, after using these methods and staying consistent, giving it my all for years, the momentum started compounding. After years of consistency, the right guidance, and surrounding myself with like-minded individuals, I reached an advanced level, doing elite skills like the full planche, front lever pull-ups, and clapping handstand push-ups. I gained confidence and bettered my mindset so much that I started taking my social media and business serious. Now, here you can see my transformation. I learned values like discipline, patience, resilience, and how to handle challenges in order to run my business and keep making progress in calisthenics at the same time. I finally got confident. That was a big one for me. I can take my shirt off at the beach and perform my skills wherever I go without getting conscious or second guessing myself. And another big one was that I've always wanted to be at peace and happy with myself. Now I can finally look into the mirror, being proud of myself, knowing that I worked hard to get to where I am now. My calisthenics journey got me here. From a skinny kid who would rather train alone at 5 a.m. than with the other guys in the park because he struggled with confidence, to a man that has now conquered both his body and mind, learned how to be disciplined and handle any challenges that life may throw at him. Now I have an opportunity for you. The truth is that you do not need more information. If that was the case, you would have already achieved your goal. So what if you could learn how to master the steps to achieving full body control, your dream physique, as well as be held accountable and be part of a like-minded community? I promise you that this would change your life. Now, this is only for people who want top-tier confidence, like confidence that allows you to be proud of who you are, get rid of your insecurities, and allow you to do anything you want in life. If you want relentless accountability, to learn discipline to not only achieve your fitness goals, but personal and career goals as well. For people who are action takers, once you set a goal for yourself, you don't wait and get it done right away. For people who are feeling lost, now, if you want structure, guidance, and a clear direction to achieving your goals, this is for you. And lastly, for people who are open-minded, people who are open to taking advice from someone who already is where you want to be and then be willing to actually implement it. Now, this is not for you if you're not patient. Coaching is never an overnight success. If you aren't willing to spend months developing your character and physique, then don't join this community. If you're a quitter, if you don't see results as fast as you thought, and then immediately want to give up, this is not for you. If you're not making this a priority, if getting strong, transforming your life, and mastering your body isn't a priority of yours, don't bother watching this video. We want people that prioritize their fitness and want to improve their lives. And lastly, this is not for you if your ego is too big. You need to be willing to take criticism from someone who is where you want to be and not just from yourself who isn't where they want to be. Otherwise, this is not for you. Okay, here are the 3 biggest reasons why you're probably failing right now. The first one is accountability, because all the other programs or methods you've tried have not held you accountable. Your coach may have just given you a plan and expect you to follow it without really making sure that you actually did it. So why not make sure you have someone that won't let you give excuses, but make sure you execute your plan daily. The second reason is your training. You're simply not training correctly. You don't know how many sets, reps, what exercise to hit, or even how to properly hit the muscles that you're aiming for. Especially with calisthenics, you need specialized, tailored advice to learn the skills the right way. Training without clarity or only with tips from random people online can easily end up with you stagnating or getting injured. Now, the last reason is sustainability. Following a sustainable and fulfilling approach. Motivation fades, meaning consistency is everything. If you don't enjoy the process, you won't stick to it. If you can't stay consistent, you'll never build your dream physique and reach your dream skills. Your training should not be self-punishment. It should be enjoyable, and with calisthenics, you're constantly learning new skills, keeping it fun, challenging, and endlessly rewarding. Because there's always a new skill to achieve and to strive for. Okay, here's a harsh truth that I want to give you. You do not need a coach who gives you a cookie cutter plan and sends you on your way. Even if you have a decent meal and training plan that gives you clarity on what to do, you still feel alone on your journey. And once the coaching is over, you'll be left in the same place after. This is super unsustainable and will probably drive you crazy. You'll hit a wall in your progress because you don't have someone to hold you accountable for all your action, and you'll walk away from that coach feeling even less motivated because you gain no real value. So what you should do instead is work with someone who understands how to create a custom workout and meal plan that is tailored to your personal level and goals, as well as adjusting to a busy work schedule. You should work with someone that has your back, stays by your side, and gives you constant feedback and support to help you progress the fastest way. Someone who will calculate all the changes that need to happen to your plan as you progress. You should also have 100% clarity on what to do in order to achieve your goals by following the clear structure of the program, and we will take care of all the changes necessary. Now, here I will tell you the 6 fundamentals to mastering your body, a shredded physique, and a winning mindset. First of all, your mindset mastery. Get rid of your limiting mindset that has been holding you back your whole entire life, and adopt a mindset that allows you to succeed in any aspect of life. Here is where you build the foundation you actually need to get started on your calisthenics and fitness journey. Now, this isn't something you accomplish overnight, because if it was, everyone would do it. We prep you to face one of the hardest yet rewarding challenges of your life, and that's mastering your own body. To achieve this, you need to rewire your mind, implement good habits, and be self-aware. So how to visualize your goals and turn them into reality, how to be self-aware and reflected to cut out anything hindering your progress, and how to clear your mind when things get overwhelming and when motivation starts to fade. So we teach you the habits I use to break past my limiting beliefs, insecurities, and mindset barriers. Next up, we got optimal workout plans. Obviously, giving you the perfect workout plan that works with your own specific schedule, so you can be time efficient as well as make the best possible progress and start unlocking skills. And also enjoying the process. This is one of the most important steps, giving you a workout plan that makes you feel great after a good and hard workout, and ending the workout with a feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction. Because as I just said, working out shouldn't feel like a chore, but like a passion, a mission that you're constantly progressing in. Now, third, we got customized diet and meal plans. So an adaptive meal plan, an exact meal plan that is catered to your own specific body and goals. A meal plan that works for one person won't work the same way for you. So we make sure to give you an exact and simple diet to stick to. And we don't make you completely throw away your favorite foods. Of course, you can't eat them all the time, but in dieting there is a way to still enjoy that pizza and piece of chocolate every once in a while losing weight. So the fourth step in the 6-step process is a like-minded community. One of the biggest mistakes I see is that people think the whole journey of calisthenics and self-improvement is lonely, when in reality there are thousands of others with the same mindset and goals as you. Connect with others that have the same goals and ambitions as you. The goal here is to offer a space for you to share your journey together while pushing one another and hold each other accountable. So this program is here to push your boundaries and achieve your personal calisthenics and fitness goals. Fifth step is relentless accountability. I already talked about it before. If you don't see progress in your life, that means there's a lack of accountability. When I tried to do everything by myself, it felt overwhelming and I felt alone. And there's only one solution to this. You need to make friends who have the same goals as you. So what's the best way to achieve a goal? You say it in front of 100 people. If you don't achieve your goal, they'll laugh at you. If you do achieve it, they'll praise you. But the right community will actually support you on the path, even if you fall off. Now, that's what made the difference for me. I rarely had that community in my journey of mastering my body and building my physique. But now I have my social media and I have people checking up on me, making sure I am keeping up with my workouts, diets, and habits. Now, this was basically the missing key to achieving body mastery and getting rid of all my insecurities. So this is not just your average video program, but it's a brotherhood, a strong, tight-knit community that works together to change your life. The last step in the 6-step process is premium access to me. By joining my program, you gain direct access to my knowledge, and you can ask me questions, request more informative content, ask me to explain certain topics, pick my brain, and more. And of course, you enjoy personalized support and mentorship from myself and my team. Now, we have your back and we do stand by your side to make sure you receive the right guidance, motivation, accountability, and everything you need in order to actually achieve your goals. Now, that was our 6-step process for your transformation. First, mindset mastery, optimal workout plans, quick and easy meal plans, a like-minded community, relentless accountability, and lastly, direct access to me. Now, the next step for you, if you're interested and actually ready to master your body, unlock calisthenics skills and build an athletic physique alongside your full-time job and without having to spend hours in the gym or cooking meals, is to book in a call with me personally and we'll talk. I'll see if you're a good fit for the program. To do that, I'll leave a link down in the description where you can click on and either book the call directly, or you can first message me on IG or TikTok and we'll talk there. I hope you enjoyed this video where I was now able to talk about some of my client stories, share some own details about my own personal story and give you some value. Now, if you got any questions, you can always leave a comment or DM me on Instagram to get in touch. That's it for today's video. Tell me what you think about it and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.